Okay, welcome back for episode 2. We're out here in the giant pumpkin patch again. We're going to be putting in some soil heating cables today. The soil heating cables kind of look like this. I'll put the link in the description below on where you can get these soil cables. Putting in the soil cables is going to help raise your soil temperature for the early season growth of the giant pumpkin. We're going to hope to get the soil temperature up to about 70 degrees in the next couple weeks. My target date to put the plant in the ground is going to be, depending on the weather, April 24th. But I'll show you guys how I do this and what it looks like once we're done, so stay tuned. Okay, we got our soil heating cables in. I dug down about 8 inches or so. As you can see here, if you install these, make sure that the cords don't touch each other in the hole. If the cords overlap, you're gonna melt your heating cables. So what I like to do, is before I backfill the heating cables, I like to take just some bamboo sticks or something just to mark where the limits are of the hole. So when I go to till, I'll know that the cables are down there, so I don't dig up my own cables with my rototiller when I do the final till. So that's one thing to remember, is when you install these, make sure they're not overlapping, and you want them about 8 inches down or so you're not frying your roots of your pumpkin plant. I unplug them. I'll plug them in a couple weeks to warm the soil, and I'll unplug them, I'd say the end of May, when the plant really starts to run, the soil's warmed up on its own. I'll unplug them, we'll leave them there for the season, and at the end of the year, they're easily just pulled up out of the ground. You can reuse them year after year. This will be the second year I've used them. I had good luck with them last year, so I'll show you what else I do here, and then we'll get it backfilled. Then we'll get the hoop house on. I'll show you the hoop house, and we'll start heating up the soil. Okay, as you can see here, we got our soil heating cables again down the hole. One thing I like to add into the hole before I backfill is Wow Superstar packs from Wow Wallace Organic Wonder. Ron Wallace makes some great products. No, I'm not sponsored by Ron. Just something I like to use. They're 1036. They're slow release fertilizer. I like to throw 3 or 4 down in the pit here on top of the heating cables. Just helps the plant be fed for a couple months as the roots start exploring out into the other soil here. But yeah, there's nothing really to it. I just throw a couple down the hole. I'll take some of that dirt and I'll throw it back on top. But yeah, that's something I like to do. Go check out his website for sure. I'll put the link down in the description. All right, I just want to give you guys a quick look at the hoop house and what it looks like. It's gonna be going on the patch. Just made out of PVC. Just some 2x4s. So you just take a couple 2x4s, screw them together, and then we have a 1-inch hole on either side, and the PVC just goes into the hole, bend it over the other side, and then we got PVC kind of in the middle just to give it more stability. So this is just a piece of plywood on all the corners, like little feet that just screw onto the bottom of the 2x4. So what I like to do is I will take a big rock and put them right here on the feet. So this thing is going to act like a kite if you don't have any sort of rock in the corners. This thing will be in your neighbor's yard before you know it. So I just put a couple big rocks in the corners on the feet, and that just helps it keep it more stable. Let's get this on the patch and get the soil warmed up. Okay, we got the hoop house onto the patch. One thing, so after you till, always walk on boards. See, if I walk on these boards, the soil's not going to compact. Right? It stays nice and loose for your roots to explore out, find nutrients and water. If you keep walking on your soil, it's going to turn to almost concrete. So once I get this hoop house out of here, the plant gets big enough, I'll make sure I do a final till on the spot here, and this won't really matter. One last look inside. I got the heating cables marked there. There's the cord coming out for the heating cables. Got the rock you see in the back just to hold this down so it doesn't become a kite. Basically, we're warming the soil too, because corn soil, like these corn maggots, they'll destroy your plant. So I'm gonna close up this hoop house once we're done here. It'll get to over 100 degrees. The soil's gonna all heat up, and that's gonna cause the maggots to hatch and turn to flies. And we'll have one less problem to worry about. We put our seedling out here. Hopefully we're getting it out, say April 24th, depending on the weather. But we'll be starting the pumpkin seed April 10th, and I'll definitely do a little video for that, how to start a giant pumpkin and pumpkin seeds. All right, that concludes this week's episode on how to grow a giant pumpkin. If you liked what you saw, give it a thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe to our channel. We only have 4 subscribers right now. We're trying to grow the channel and our viewership. I'm going to be posting various times throughout the season on basically vine training, pruning, fertilizing, pollinating, insect control, what fungicides I use. So if you like what you saw, subscribe to our channel. I'll see you guys next week. See ya.